Days Face Productions. Days Face Productions. That one what are you saying? Days Face Productions. Days Face Productions. You know what it is. Of course, poetry wouldn't be doing it justice if I do not call on this man. It just does beyond poetry. Like, this man draws, he paints. He's brought it to my very, very daring production manager, Jaji Olafumio. Please, Poetic Speed.
How you guys feeling? Sorry. I must apologize if this pathetic attempt at a storytelling spoken word poem don't rhyme. But sometimes metaphors hide behind the similes, leaving me leaning head first pressed against the bark of a tree. Blindfoldedly dreaming of words to describe every Nigerian's frame of mind, the transformation of broken English into this Canadian disaster of an accent accentuated by the exaggerated pronunciation of every word at the tip of my tongue has left me tongue-tied and dehydratedly dried and dying inside every time I try to tie $10 to my debit card and deposit 9.5 liters of blood-stained petroleum gas into the gas chamber of my 2002 Ford Taurus. You can call me Horus, the Nigerian hieroglyphical symbol exposing the horrors, the truth before us. Before us came Royal Shell Dutch workers in luxurious buses, not buzzing through the Niger Delta area like a bunch of disoriented tourists, but touring the Ogoni land in search of natural resources. They took their drills and their high-tech tricks of technology and pumped our ancestors out the ground. This time around, they built refineries to refine ways to pass our forefathers through their pipelines. See, 1957 saw the birth of crimes against humanity in the Niger Delta area of southern Nigeria. I'm talking long before CNN had specials, specialized in specifying specific no-go areas and danger zones to foreigners, because the natives were dressed in nothing but AK-47s with the shells across their chest. Real bulletproof vestless guerrilla soldiers using nothing less than guerrilla tactics to tackle corrupt political shell technicians. They use politics as a technique to take things like treasures buried beneath farmlands from farmers hiding under the cloak of a military dictator. They dictated the death of thousands. Now hundreds of thousands of families displaced. Hate will grow faster than you can manufacture blood diamonds upon blood-colored oil from the Nigerian soil. We've been boiled past the point of diplomatic conversation. Deprivation for reparations have led to hostage negotiations, and we are tired of constantly contemplating ways to promote peace in a place where peace is just as hard to find as a piece of land unaltered, unpolluted by oil spilling from broken pipelines, from broken promises of reparations. And when we broke those pipelines to liberate the spirits of our forefathers, they said we were trying to sabotage their money-making business. They tried to desensitize and silence us like putting a silencer on an Uzi. They hung Sarah Weaver by his neck. And while he swung like strange fruit on our TV screens, they tried to muffle up our screams by pouring acid on his body to make sure he was dead. I read in the New York Times that he settled out of court for $15.5 million, which is just a fraction of what they make in a day. The day has come for Royal Dutch Shell to pick up her shit technology, take a shit in the piss tank, and get the fuck out of our system, because we are tired.
Some people are talented. Yes. What talent do you have? That is the question for today. What talent do you have? How can you sit there clapping? Are you talking about your talent? Hi. Wow. See, sometimes I'm sad when I have to promote events because I don't get to sit down and listen to what people do. But from what I was feeling at the back, anytime I was walking through the back, my body just shakes every time it drops like a punchline. Did you guys have that feeling? Yes. It wasn't loud. Yes. Did you guys have that shaky body feeling? Like the body shaking. That's what I'm talking about. Alright. We've been doing all of this. And this play was set in eastern Nigeria, a very, very, very poor village at the time. This was 19th century, 20th century. That's where Things Fall Apart was set. And I just thought, why would we do a play of this magnitude and not some way, somehow try to give back to this community? And for those who have followed us through from the beginning of this play, you have seen our support charity organization, Poverty Stops Here. That's who we try and just raise money for to help their cause, which is to just raise awareness about poverty and work towards eradicating poverty. We know we can't do anything, but whoever we can impact, it just really, really lessens the burden on the whole world and just makes the world a better place. Alright, so I'm just going to let someone do a quick presentation on charity. Poverty Stops Here.
Extreme poverty is something that we have seen, or we have come to know to be something really enormous, and as ordinary people we find it hard to wrap our heads around the fact that we can do things, and it doesn't have to be, you know, us giving out millions or us helping out with loans like sub-Saharan countries or African countries have. So in a nutshell, Poverty Stops Here is trying to break down the mindset that people have and put the word out there that poverty is something that we as ordinary people can tackle. And what Poverty Stops Here as an organization does is that they go to villages in Africa and ask them what they want, what they really need, and we come back and try and raise money and go back to those villages to help implement those things and help them sustain it. So I will show you a video. I hope it will come up soon. I'll show you a video which talks about the beginning of Poverty Stops Here, how it was founded, and what we've done until date. So I hope you enjoy this.
To be honest, the bigness of the situation intimidated me. Extreme poverty is huge. We were able to find a village in Nigeria called Balogun Village. It's in the southwest part of Nigeria. And we asked the elders of the village, what are your biggest needs? And I remember him saying, Omi, which is water in Yoruba. And I thought to myself, water. Water is everywhere. But for the people of Balogun Village, water was a priced resource. Children would have to trek miles to fetch water so their families could cook. Mothers would have to walk miles to the stream in order to wash their clothes. So the construction of a hand-pumped well in the middle of the village seemed appropriate. That water represents more than just water. It represents hope. Now the kids don't have to get sick from drinking water from the streams. Now the mothers don't have to trek miles in order to wash their clothes. Now they can use much safer water to cook. And we began thinking, by giving water, we had changed the lifestyle of people in Balogun Village. And that was huge.